I'm Amy Winger, and this is my God story. Throughout my childhood, I always thought that I really didn't have a story to share about my testimony. Life was pretty simple growing up. I was raised in a Christian home, and both of my parents were really involved in our lives. My mom stayed home with my brothers and I until I was in high school. She was a great example for us. She always spent her time teaching us about Jesus. She did family devotionals with us. She prayed with us and just really made teaching us about God a priority. I grew up going to church, and I can't even remember a time when I didn't know about Jesus and didn't want to have a relationship with him. My dad also was really supportive of us. He worked hard to provide for our family and attended all of our sporting events. He even coached some of our sports teams. He coached my brother's baseball from t-ball all the way through high school, so it was really great to have a supportive father. He was a provider, and we experienced God's provision during 2 times when he was laid off, and we didn't know how we would make it, but God always brought a way around, worked out that timing perfectly. Life was pretty simple, and I always had a lot of friends and didn't really have any negative peer pressure. Things really changed the summer of 2007, which was right before my junior year of college. My parents had had a little bit of relationship trouble throughout college, and I never thought anything of it really. And then during the summer of 2007, they decided to start sleeping in separate rooms so that they could work some things out. That was a huge eye-opener for my brothers and I. We just didn't see a divorce coming, but at the end of July, they announced that they were going to go ahead and get divorced, and it was just a huge shock for us. My friends and I always looked to my parents as this ideal relationship and never expected this. At the end of August, I celebrated my 21st birthday, and with the divorce going on, I actually had to beg my dad to come to my birthday dinner. Things were changing so fast, and it was heartbreaking. I remember the first night that my dad moved out just being one of the most difficult times I've ever gone through. But that first night he left, I remember just watching him leave and just falling to the floor in tears and in pain. It was so difficult. I couldn't stop crying, couldn't calm down. I just felt the pain of what was going on, and it was very difficult. Through this time, though, I definitely felt God there with me. He brought supportive friends into my life, and my family was there for me. During this time, I became involved in Bible studies and found out about Eastminster's Young Adults Group 242, and these people have just been a huge support to me, and I've been able to be there for some of them during their hard times. The theme of my life is just to love God and love people, and that's what I want it to be about. I'm looking at going back to school in the fall to get a master's in counseling, and I really want to be there for other people, and I don't know if it'll be in a school setting or a community setting, but I want my life to be about serving other people and just showing God's love through me. In Matthew, Jesus talks about how the greatest commandment is to love God and to love other people, and I just really want to live that.